What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Fast Life Podcast. I'd like to thank you guys for joining us, and I'd like to thank our sponsors. The Invisivin is for those who want a cleaner look without the risk of removing the down-tube VIN label. Those big-ass stickers are eyesores. The Invisivin is a steel powder-coated cover with the strongest N52 rare earth magnets to keep it in place, even for those who stunt, but still be able to remove it for inspection. All covers are made 100% in-house in the USA. Covers start at $39.95 and make an immediate difference for those who ride hard and want to look good while doing it. Head on over to Invisivin.com and throw the Fast Life offer code in to save yourself 15% off, and give these guys a follow on Instagram under @Invisivin. My dude John Jessup and his shop in Stockton, California continue to crank out badass bikes. Hope you saw the recent Softails they just wrapped up there. They're the spot for in-house dyno tuning, parts, service, and bike sales. TeamDreamRides.com is also the great place for you to go dump some cash, get some parts for your bike, and take advantage of the 100 days same as cash financing on all products. All you need is a job and a bank account. And don't forget to give the team a follow at DreamRidesJohn on Instagram. SBC Performance, located in Savage, Minnesota. Their team is dedicated to get you ahead of the rest of the competition. Their shop specializes in in-house high-performance builds, cylinder head porting, machining, and dyno tuning, as well as high-performance suspension, which we talk about on this podcast quite a bit. And if you're not in the Minnesota vicinity, head on over to sbcperformance.com to check out their new performance parts line, starting with their new crash bar, the AKA Bro Bar, fitting 2009 to 2020 baggers. This is a performance crash bar that has sleek lines and customizable end caps. Also, currently in production and will be ready soon, the 100% carbon fiber lower fairing spoiler for the Road Glides, 2015 and up. First of its kind. It's pretty sick. So if you're trying to go the whole carbon fiber look, this is one of the last pieces of the puzzle. Check it out. The new parts line is the next step in taking your plain Jane Road Glide to a performance ride. Shop them at sbcperformance.com and give them a follow at SBC Performance on Instagram and SBC Performance on Facebook. And don't forget, Fast Life at checkout for 10% off your order. My dudes at Lexan Moto are continuing to kill the game with the headset game. I don't know. It's like the rap game, but it's the headset game. I don't know. Their headsets are fucking up. Their headsets and charging solutions are ideal in any type of motorcycle shop, big or small. And Lexan has dealer plans to meet your needs with products that make the riding experience better and more on the way. Lexan offers very competitive dealer margins, fast shipping, and great customer service. Email them at sales@lexanmotorcycle.com, and be sure to check them out on Facebook at Lexan Moto USA, on Instagram at Lexan Moto, and their website, Lexan-Moto. And don't forget, use offer code FASTLIFE at checkout to save yourself 15% off your entire order. My dude, Brian at Paint Huffer, just got himself a new Lowrider S yesterday, so congratulations, buddy. In the meantime, go check out his website. Go check out painthuffer.com. They're the best. They have a vast amount of custom paint-related products, and you can get yourself stocked up with tape and other items needed in the custom paint process. And don't forget to use FastLife13 at checkout to save yourself 10% off, as well as give them a follow on Instagram under Paint Huffer Metal Flake. They're the Flake Kings. Check them out, guys. As I've said many times, ThunderMax is the upgrade ECM for your EFI-equipped Harley-Davidson. New exhaust, cams, throttle body, you name it, a ThunderMax tuner will dial in the necessary adjustments needed to keep your bike running cherry. Another advanced product from the team over at ThunderMax is their iRide rear suspension system that blends air ride and performance suspension together. It's the best of both worlds. You can't go wrong. To get more info on these products and to see other products available to enhance your HD experience, head on over to shoptmax.com and follow ThunderMax EFI on Instagram. Is that it? Hold on. Let me make sure that's it. I think that's it. Wow. Went pretty quick. Welcome, guys. Sorry for the hiatus. It seems like now that the COVID thing is starting to kind of subside or go away, or other things are happening in the news now, so it's something else more polarizing going on. I think we're all trying to get back into the groove of work, so it's just kind of been a put your head down and grind kind of last couple of weeks. So I want to thank you guys for your patience. Got a great podcast for you guys here today with one of our sponsors, the SBC Performance crew up there in Minnesota. We kind of just shoot the shit and wish that, I don't wish anything. I don't know where I was getting at. Anyway, had a good time. I want to thank them for coming on and thank them for supporting this podcast. If you guys want to support this podcast as well, you can always go to our website, fastlifegarage.com, and check out our Patreon and our links to all our other things that we have going on. So check it out. Anything helps. $1 a month helps us continue to push this podcast down the road and get more guests on and travel to more places and, just get more shit happening. So money makes the world go round, unfortunately. But anyway, here we are. I'm going to shut up. SBC Performance. Let's do it.
Hey, guys. You ready to let the dogs out?
Fast Life Podcast.
All right, guys. We're rolling. What's up?
What up? What up?
How y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing better. It's been a rainy, shitty weekend kind of for Memorial.
Yeah, it's been shitty down here too, dude. It's been raining like every day. I think that's why I'm getting sick, is because I've been like hanging out in the shit. So
Right.
Yeah.
It's like he's not ready for it, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, dude. Well, fuck, dude. Like, help, introduce yourselves. Let everybody know who you are.
Right,
Which one's Rob? You're Rob?
No, he's Rob.
You're Rob.
He's Toby.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So say that again, because I was talking over you guys.
I'm Toby, and this is Rob next to me. I don't know if people will be able to obviously see us, but I know our voices, so.
It's my right-hand man. He keeps me motivated.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So when did y'all start out as the Sick Bagger Company, basically? How long ago was that? Like, were y'all kind of like getting in the big wheel shit back in the day, or what kind of brought y'all into the fix?
It was.
That's all you got.
Yeah, it was back in like 2010. I was always doing bikes in the garage, and then this big wheel thing popped up, and I'm like, well, shit, I can do that.
Hell yeah.
So, I don't know. It was one of those deals, I was so busy at home. I was like, well, I can go back to doing what I used to do, so I might as well go for it, start a business, and that's the history of it. Just been rocking out ever since.
Yeah. So how'd y'all get into doing so much motor work and flowing heads and doing shit like that? Did you just kind of like the nature of the beast you were just interested in and kind of started getting into that, or do you have more mechanic background?
No, I have a mechanical background.
Nice.
I was I raced cars and sleds and bikes, and so I got into performance stuff way back. My dad got me into it, and
yeah,
I worked with some pretty smart dudes throughout my life on a lot of like V8 motor stuff and even 4-cylinder stuff. And I don't know, man, I just like going fast. So even the big wheel thing, it was always building motors.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
as the wheel thing sold jobs, but
yeah,
you had to do it, stay busy.
Yeah, the thing about that whole era, though, man, is like there was dudes dropping stupid money in those fucking motors, too, back in the day. It was just kind of, it was just kind of overlooked because, I mean, in a straight line, they could pull, they can put the power to the ground, but, it's just different. It's just a different world we're in now where people want to turn fast.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's the thing. Even the big wheels I built them to still try and ride them,
Yeah.
I mean, I built plenty of them for myself, for advertisement, and I'd go out there and just beat the snot out of them, just dragging bags, fucking everything up. It's just how it went. I broke pipes, the pipes that hung out the side, I just bang those things, they'd snap off.
Yeah.
It was just, I rode the big wheels like I try to ride everything hard.
That's the crazy thing about us, too, is when we were riding them, we rode the fuck out of them, too, especially like traveling on the bikes. And, man, I learned that I didn't want a big speaker stereo system because I used to have like the interfering where it had like 4 speakers and the double din and all that shit. And one trip to California and back, man, that shit was all cracked to shit because of the weight of the speakers and everything in that fairing. So, You learn a lot when you travel on bikes or when you ride them pretty hard about what works and doesn't work. So,
For sure. That's I don't know, man. It's people would come to me and want things. I just say no.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it because I don't want to own it in a year or two. When shit's falling apart.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it too is that some of the, a lot of the people that were making really, quote unquote, higher quality parts in that industry, a lot of them are kind of gone now, and those parts are kind of hard to find. Like, how long before you can find net kits anymore to do big wheels? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
So,
it's getting fast for sure.
I don't know though. The Midwest is holding strong. I mean, there's a lot of dudes still building them up here in the Midwest.
Yeah, and you guys are out of Wisconsin?
Minnesota. Savage, Minnesota.
Minnesota, that's right. You got to understand, like, down here in Texas, like, everything in that area is like Milwaukee. It's like one big. As soon as you're north of Chicago, it's all Milwaukee from that point on. So,
hey, don't worry, we do all our riding over in Wisconsin. So.
Oh, that's cool. Well, how's it? So that you guys are saying, like, still like up there in that area, it's still pretty heavily in the big wheel kind of vibe. That's more what people are doing still, or what?
Yeah, there's still a ton of them around. I mean, we have a 30-inch turbo bike in the shop right now. You know what I mean? That we're building up for a dude. It's still a thing. It's just not as crazy as it was. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, but there's definitely still throwing mad money at paint jobs and 26s and air ride and all that stuff and stereos and.
What's probably complicated, or it was for me at least when I first kind of started getting out of the big wheels and into the other stuff, was trying to convince your customers that this is where the industry and the trends are going, and to try to get some of those guys to be early adopters instead of waiting 3 years into it when, everybody's already done a lot of cool shit. You could have been doing it, you know what I mean? So that part for me kind of sucked for a while. I was trying to get dudes to get off the big wheels and be like, hey, look, I know you've been saving your whole life for this bike that's not cool anymore, but maybe you should, like, before you buy that, just try this out real quick and enjoy that shit. So
I think that's super tough. We still deal with customers who are like dead set on the big wheel shit. I mean, they're like, but then you have them crying because, like he was saying, they're dragging bags, dragging pipes, and wrecking their fender tip their first ride. And we're like, dude, we told you, if you want to ride. Yeah, like we're riding, you ain't gonna be able to do it on that bike. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and it's. I mean, they're always going to be the coolest guys in the parking lot for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trust me, I still got a good homie. He's a close friend. Me and him are gonna go ride to the Smokies here in a couple weeks, and he still has his big wheel, and it's like we talk all the shit to him, and as soon as we hit that parking lot, dude, he's got everybody and their mom and their dog around him looking at that bike.
That's crazy.
So it's still appealing as fuck to everybody that sees it. It does have a curb appeal that's very attractive, But when you ride bikes, you start to care way more about how they handle, how they perform, and then if you build them, how least they're gonna come back because of bullshit. You know what I mean? Stereos blowing stators and rectifiers and fucking some dude turning up his own amp so he can be louder than his buddies and blows his system up and blames it on you.
Everything up.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, can you warranty this, man? I turned it all the way up. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's like clipping the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds like shit. I can't believe it. Yeah, we deal with that stuff for sure.
Yeah, we're trying to push it. We've been trying for the last few years, trying to push it into the performance game. I mean, even the fat tire baggers, with the 18s and 21s, I mean, those still, they handle pretty good for what they are, ride good. I mean, I'm not against doing none of those anymore. But when people call me to do necks and shit nowadays, I just turn it away. I mean, we're just so busy doing what we do. It's kind of like, we got motors apart everywhere. Are we going to start cutting frames, grinding, and doing all that stuff too,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. So the those fat tire ones though, like I've actually never ridden one of those things before. I've heard they handle well, but I would imagine like the front end's heavy on those things. I don't know, like
it takes you a minute. When you're out, we built a couple of them. It takes you a minute when you're out running some twisties to like have the confidence in it.
Oh, okay.
Because you're trying to. It's like when the chopper's fighting a 300 on the rear. Like you just have to have the confidence that when you lean into the corner, it's going to turn.
It's going to stick.
And then, yeah, they're not bad at all. I mean, they're way better than a big wheel as far as,
It's better than running a 90-21 or something with a 300 in the rear.
Yeah.
So you guys, you got a full machine shop there, and you're basically doing head work, and are you basically using like a dark horse and stuff for the bottom ends and stuff, or what?
Yeah, I have
y'all's
dark horse
kit?
build our bottom ends. As far as I have them build the cranks and the rods and all that stuff to what I want, and then we'll do the tin conversion and all the machine work here for everything.
Yeah.
And then cylinders, we do our own cylinders, do our own heads, do all that, do all the fun shit to make them go fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like that's kind of, from what I'm learning about like people that have the machine shop and whatnot, it's like back in the day before the twin cams and shit, if you were working on Evos and shovels, you had to have a machine shop to put motors together. Like it wasn't some shit like, dude, I feel like my limited knowledge of mechanical skills, I could probably get a book and put a twin cam. I've done big bore kits and cams and shit on twin cams a bunch, but the twin cam doesn't scare me at all to take it apart. It feels like Legos. It just clicks back together the way it's supposed to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I tell him.
I'm more like that on M8s than I am on twin cams. I get all weird when I start touching a twin cam. I get all nervous and shit.
Yeah.
But an M8 I'll put together all day. So
yeah,
kind of weird.
I feel like the M8s, like I did the cam in mine and haven't had any issues and stuff, but I bought my first M8 when the 17s came out, and I was buying this bike to ride it across country, and then they had all the oil sumping issues that kind of scared the fuck out of me. So I did a customization to the bike to where it looked cool, but I never did any suspension or motor work because I was just nervous. I didn't want to dump money in that thing. I didn't buy warranty with the bike because I knew I was going to void it 100%. Yeah. So I ended up selling that, and then was going to go back into the FXR stuff, and then 3 months later, the new 19 Road Glides came out, and they had those cool lower fairings like you guys make in the carbon. That was 100% the selling factor for me to get that new bike was those spoilers on the side.
I believe it.
Looks it just made the bike look so much more sporty, and and just kind of the lines and how it flows. I never would have thought that adding that, or it was kind of crazy to me that they came out with it and it looked good, because sometimes Harley's pretty fucking dumb in some things, but they get it right sometimes.
Right.
No doubt.
Yeah, hopefully we get ours back here. We're still waiting on some of the perfected molds here to get the carbon fiber stuff done and onto our bikes. So hopefully we'll be seeing it real soon here. We've been looking forward to it. We've had a couple of prototype parts that we had and we did pictures with and shit, but we want to get some more hard parts in, and we got a few orders to fill too. So
yeah, this stuff's hard, man. I've probably said it a million times, but before I got into custom painting, I worked in a shop making fiberglass race car bodies. So we used to take as funny as it is, we were building drag car bodies, right? So we would take like a Scion TC, or whatever the fuck their little sporty Scion was back in like early 2000s, and then make a full replica fiberglass body shell of it and pop the mold off of it, and then make a fiberglass one, and then we would take the fiberglass one and chop the top, stretch the front end for like a funny car kind of thing, and then after we did that, then the next mold would be a complete carbon fiber mold of that, and you had to like vacuum bag it, and that shit was a mess. It was me and an old man doing that shit. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was coming home with like matted over pants every day from all the resin and shit getting on my clothes and stuff, and it was a nightmare. I worked there for like 6 months. I was like, okay, I'm done with this. Fuck that.
Rob knows all about that. He used to make all sorts of shit. We got bags and stretch fenders and shit that we still sell that are all fiberglass made. And he used to do a bunch of it in house and stuff before I started working here. So
yeah, it was years ago.
There used to be fucking fiberglass everywhere around here.
Dude, I get it.
I just put my hand in everything, trying to make a living.
Yep.
Dude, I get it, man. Like like doing that though is like the only way to really find out what really makes you happy every day doing shit, and it also keeps you kind of innovating in a sense. You know what I mean? Because I mean the industry changes quick, man. Like I wasn't around before 2005, so I don't really know how quickly it went from this or that before then, but it seemed like it went pretty slow from like 05 to 2010 or 11, and then Facebook and Instagram just made things skyrocket left or right, you know, whatever it's going. So
right before that, it was all just word of mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and magazines, like you'd see some shit in a magazine that maybe got built 3 months ago or 3 years ago, depending on if it was hot bike or not. And and then, you know, like you're trying to figure out who, you know, you got to like hope that some biker dude has the technology to get an actual intuitive website built, which never was the case unless you were Yaffe or Arlen Ness or some shit back in the day. So
yeah, can actually hire someone to do it. Yeah.
Do y'all get a lot
I'm
of
still behind on social media.
Yeah. It's hard, dude. It's hard to keep up with that shit when you're actually like busy doing stuff too. You know what I mean?
I get it, man. It's a full-time job, and there's a reason why, you know, I don't agree or disagree to this thing. I kind of know where I stand on it, but there's a reason why people pay people to run social media stuff. It takes a lot of effort to gather the material, like the actual photographs that you need. And, you know, I think it's funny as fuck because I feel like most people don't even know how to crop pictures to put them on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like they'll take a picture with their phone and they put it on Instagram and everything's cut off because they don't know how to like crop and you know, use that shit right. For guys like me, it's annoying, but you know.
Right.
You're talking about guys like me.
Okay.
Just take the picture and post the fucker.
Yeah.
Come up with shit real quick to go along with it.
It's hard to create that online presence and hype and be consistent, I think, is the toughest part, honestly. Like,
yeah, you kind of got to put yourself out there in a way that I think most of us in the biker world that have been in this for a long time don't really want to be out there. Not because we're some outlaws or some kind of shit like that. It's just kind of weird, you know, putting so much of your private life into a place. And the ones that do put the private life out there is kind of the ones that seem to go further because, you know, you're humanizing your brand a lot more, you know what I mean? As opposed to, you know, some of us have an easier time with social media because our stuff is more visual, right? So if you're a tattoo artist or you're an Instagram chick with big tits and ass, like you're going to do well. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But, you know, like if you're trying to show some fucking flowed heads, I mean, there's only so many ways you can go about taking that picture and putting it out there and, you know, getting hundreds of thousands of likes and shit on stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's tough.
Yeah, it's a niche market of people that are even going to know what you're taking a picture of at that point, you know what I mean? Or care, like you're saying. Maybe I need to like crop a titty deep inside one of the ports or something like that.
Got to find the titty and never pick. Well, that's you know, my good friend Mark, he has a Texas Performance. We've always talked about it too because I've tried to help him with his branding and marketing as well. And one of the weird things about it is that you can't really take a picture of horsepower. You know what I mean? Right. You can't really take a picture of performance. All you can really do is take a picture of the parts that you have. Maybe if you got them out there on a bike and you get somebody that has a GoPro or fucking have somebody stand in a corner and watch you kind of drag a peg around. It just gets kind of complicated. You have to fabricate a lot of these different types of images to kind of portray the shit that you do nowadays. When you were building big wheel baggers, you just had to put them on the center stand, take a picture and walk away.
Air it out and put it on the center stand.
Polish it up a little bit. Shit.
So do y'all get many like other bikes like Dyna, Softails, things like that in there still, or have that market kind of start to grow there yet?
Yeah, definitely. I think I don't know, the Dyna market's it's weird here. Like I know a lot. I won't say a lot, but I know a decent amount of Dyna boys that we call them, and you know, they're kind of like a clique of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like once you meet one of the Dyna dudes, you start meeting more. You know. I don't think it's as big as it is here, maybe as it is like down there, West Coast. Obviously, it's huge, but we just did 2020 Lowrider S with some T-bars and a couple of my other homies. We've been doing Legends and getting them all set up with Lucky Dave seats and different cool shit, you know. It's growing, for sure. I think it's getting bigger.
Yeah, you kind of like with how big is like y'all's like community? Like, are y'all close to a big city, or are you kind of more off in the cut, or in between big cities, or what?
No,
we're close.
yeah, we're
real close.
We're just 20 miles south of Minneapolis.
Okay, that's
Like,
pretty.
So when we get, it's weird, like they got Minneapolis and then they got another city and another city, and we're just in the suburb of Minneapolis.
Okay.
So we're close, and we're right off the main. We're 3 miles off 35W.
Yeah, we're right across like the main river, so we're far enough away to be like not in city type shit. It's more suburbs or whatever. But I mean, 20 minutes, you're downtown in the hustle bustle. You know what I mean?
So Interstate 35 goes all the way up there.
Yeah.
So that's my shop's off 35 in Dallas.
Yep, you can take it straight there. Dude.
Oh yeah, dude, you're probably straight south of us.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Trip.
What well, yeah, I'm at same thing for us, man. Like we're about 25 miles south of Dallas, of the downtown metroplex, and I don't know. I mean, I feel like most shops like ours, yours as well, like we kind of can't really afford to be in like the hustle and bustle of a city with some badass vintage building that's all trendy as fuck and shit. Like we got to get out here in these industrial parks and shit and try to fucking make it,
All right. Totally.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and here you wouldn't even really like. I don't even know. There's a bike shop downtown, but it's not like you really strive if you're down there. You know what I mean? It's like that biker scene's not really downtown at all around here.
Yeah.
Everybody rides baggers and likes going out for cruises out in the country and shit and bar hopping and all that shit. So I don't know if you were downtown, if you'd be doing even
I don't think I would.
as well as we are. Honestly, it's kind of weird. And we get people driving, 2 hours and shit to drop their bike off, and it's kind of crazy. Even though they pass 2-3 Harley dealerships on the way, So
yeah, I mean,
cool.
I mean, I would imagine how far is Chicago from you guys? Is it like a day's drive or?
It's 8 hours. Yeah, It's like 6 to 8 hours, I think. Yeah.
About 400 miles, 450, something like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, shit, dude, you can, you probably be able to pull bikes and fucking work from everywhere. Then it's kind of like the thing is, here in Texas, like we have Oklahoma City that's fairly close, but I don't know if that's really I wouldn't call it a poor town or anything like that, but I don't know how much money gets dumped into motorcycles up there compared to like in Dallas or Houston, those kind of places.
Sure.
But dude, the best thing ever happened to me was like not necessarily stopping doing baggers, but starting to do dynas and shit and helmets. That way that shit can come through the mail. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Yeah,
nice.
it's so much nicer. It's nicer in a lot of ways, but it for us it had to help. We had to like step up our paint game because not that we didn't want to in the original, but when you guys had things painted before. You know what it's like when you go to pick it up from the painter and you're like, all right, let me go see all the shit that he's trying to hide from me real quick. You know what I mean? And so it's like, when you've built like a reputation and people want your paint work, and there's nothing more embarrassing than if you ship the stuff back to them, they pull it out of the box and there's a run on it. You know what I mean? Like, so we'll even go, when I paint tanks, I'll paint the whole inside underneath, clear coat it nice and glossy. But if if there's a run under there, I'll just sand the tank back down and re-clear it, just so that when they pull it out of the box, they're not like, oh fuck, man. Even though they'll never see it on the bike, it's just that whole like peace of mind. Like I don't want them to feel like people are already kind of sketchy sending money and bike parts through the mail. Therefore, I'll get back to you in 5 months.
Say that.
Yeah, right.
Because some of the cheap painters that guys use, they don't wet sand the inside of the bags and stuff, and dudes will show up at the shop with their stuff and they'll be looking at it and they'll be kind of complaining about it, and I'm like, what do you think you get, dude? You paid the guy $2,000 for a paint job on a bagger.
Yeah, right.
Like, that dude isn't gonna paint and wet sand that whole bike.
Yeah. Well, I agree. Like I definitely, there's always those guys who are like, hey, well, what if I sand it myself? Can I save some money?
Yeah.
What if, I don't want it to be a show bike. I always get that. I just want a nice paint job. I'm like, well, I don't have tiers. This isn't Mako. I don't have a Superior, an Economy, and all this. And the reason I always tell people that is like, you're never going to tell your buddy that you paid the cheaper version of my paint jobs, right?
Yeah.
So if I don't really sign my work or anything like that, because Instagram, everybody, for enough customers, they see my work on Instagram and then they see the bikes in person, and I'm good enough with that. But when if like you buy a paint job from us and we work on a deal, or I offer like an economy finish with cheaper materials or something to make it more affordable, you're not going to tell your boy next to you that you bought the cheap version. And if 2 years from now it starts to peel or something because you had to go with the cheaper quality materials, that's still going to hurt my name on the more higher end stuff that I do. So if you just offer the high end shit and that's it, only do the best you can do, only the things you can warranty, then it makes it a lot easier to kind of weed out potential issues with misunderstandings down the line.
Right. Oh, we got the dog coming in here. It's getting rowdy.
Sit down, dude.
It's all good.
You guys got a shitload of dynos down there, or is that growing kind of with the whole stunt riding deal? I was kind of listening to the podcast the other day about that.
The dyno scene's been pretty solid here for the last probably 5 years or so. I wouldn't say it's been like the kind of scene where people are spending tons and tons of money on them, but they're definitely riding them and enjoying them and doing what they should be doing on the bikes. We've actually got a pretty solid softail scene. The new softails, we've got probably 5 or 6 completely done up ones running around town, which I know is probably not shit compared to like LA or Phoenix or something, but for this side of the Rockies, I think it's pretty fucking solid. You know what I mean?
Dude, I came from like an HD dealership is where I came from before I came here, and when the new Softail chassis came out, I was fortunate at least that we got to go ride like every different model, and right away I was like, man, these are going to be a force to be reckoned with as far as handling and shit goes. They're way better. So I'm surprised down here that we haven't seen that catch on yet, I guess, just because like with the Sport Glide, you can still kind of have that bagger aspect to it, I guess. You know what I mean?
The good thing about it too is like a lot of dudes are buying the Lowrider S and then they're buying the Sport Glide bags and just putting those on. That way you have the Sport Glide itself was kind of like it's an awesome bike, but it had dumb things on it. It had forward controls.
Right.
It had a really strange like the gas tank wasn't really ideal. If it would have had a lowrider tank with both gauges, would have been nicer than just one gauge.
Right.
And like I said, the mid controls. The mid controls are the biggest drawback to some of the bikes. Same thing as the Fat Bob. The Fat Bob's one of the dopest ones, but it's like a $2,200 or something like that. I could be wrong, to get the mid controls. It's not like it used to be where you just buy a couple things from Harley. You got to do a whole inner and outer primary or get it drilled or machined. Fortunately you guys can do that, but most of us can't. So.
Right. Yeah.
And then it's you can't be like, hey, well, let me get the mid controls on this bike from the dealership instead of the forward controls. It used to be an easy fix or easy swap. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, the Softails are great, man. You hear some of the new stuff going on. They're not gonna start releasing bikes until February every year now.
Really?
Yeah. So instead of doing the August releases, they're going to wait till February to let the bikes out. And then, man, all this shit going on, they're talking about fucking doing away with a bunch of models that they've already kind of released just to kind of scale back the shit, which I don't even know if I should talk about it because I have not researched. I've just been in passing hearing about it here and there. So I'm talking about it like I know what the fuck's going on and shit. But what do you?
Yeah, motor company's been all over the place in the past couple of years for sure. And they're already super late with their new motor release too. So.
Oh, with the is it the Revolution motor? It's on those.
It's something like that. It's like an XG crossover. I don't even know. I saw a couple of them. I've been trying to blow up pictures and be like, all right, what's this thing got? It's liquid cooled. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out what the hell's going on with them.
Yeah, they had them at the IMS shows. They had the Street Fighter and the Pan America there, and it's cool. I mean, it's not what we're used to, but I think it's a good transition for them to kind of bridge some other types of motorcycling into Harley, you know. But I don't know. As long as they keep making baggers and fucking softails and making those cooler and better each year, that'd be nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
They were talking about supposed to be doing a monoshock bagger here pretty soon, like within the next couple of years, like change the frame all. Because we've been running the same frame from Harley since '09 now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
shit. That'd be crazy. Monoshock bagger.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
That would be pretty sick, actually.
Especially if they, made the swing arm more rigid without a rubber mount in there.
Right.
Stiffen up the chassis some so you don't get so much flex in it.
That would be sick.
That'd be the shit.
Right.
So what do you think?
I'd be down there.
What's y'all's like main deal up there? I mean, I know the crash bar is something you've been recently producing for the baggers and stuff. So what else?
Got so many hours of life into that damn thing. It's unreal. That was like it was kind of weird how me and him designed that. We were like, I don't even know how we really started on it. You know, obviously we had seen the Santoro style, and we kind of wanted to make something a little bit smoother looking. You know what I mean? And literally made the first one like by hand. Went over to my dad's and used like his jack bender and like, you know, did it the old school way where it was just hours upon hours into the first one.
Yeah.
And then about figuring out how to produce them correctly. So, and then I don't know, we got all sorts of ideas that we're trying to come up with and trying to push, you know, our parts line really to the next level. Honestly, we put up like a sneak peek of that gauge relocation bracket and stuff that we're going to do.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out kind of the radio situation on that just to get the controls and everything to work, because obviously all the bagger dudes are just can't go without their radio, which I understand, but yeah, it's a bunch of, we're kind of trying to make, I don't want to say a bunch of little parts, but littler stuff that makes your bike better, you know what I mean? That's kind of what we're all about. Obviously it's got to look cool too, but I want it to function and look good for sure.
Yeah, that's the main thing that I think a lot of people forget about. For me, I'm a visual person, so if it's like I've never been a huge fan of crash bars personally, just because and before even the craze of crash bars, like I was just as soon as I would get a Road Glide, I would take the crash bar off, like every one I've ever had. And first off, they go for a lot of money on eBay, so I'd always take it off and get me about $100, $150.
That's like right away.
Because everybody's always dropping those bikes, and some dudes just can't. They cannot own a bike that has a scratch on it, and as soon as those crash bars hit the ground, they're scratching, right? So
they're done.
But yeah, I mean, it's not so much the bagger crash bars that were kind of annoying to me. It was this like phase that we went through in the Dyna culture and the Softail culture where everybody was making these crash bars that just looked so like you can hang clothes from it in so many areas. There's just like to the point where I was like, dude, drive a fucking car. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I get it though. The one like y'all have, I like it, personally. Is that it's kind of sleek and it kind of hides, especially if you're running those lower fairings, it kind of hides a lot around that, and it's not like protruding so much out that it kind of fucks up the flow and lines of the bike, if you will. I like how it kind of comes out and over, and I don't know. People can't see it, so all this shit I'm doing right now is not going to help them understand it audio-wise.
We kind of like. I think after we stood back, I don't even think we purposely did it, but after we stood back and looked at the first one, we got curved down tubes. That's kind of our difference, I would say, between a lot of the other guys. And especially on like a Road Glide, it goes like awesome with the curves of the fairing. You know what I mean? You have the downside curves of the fairing, and then you got our down tubes on the crash bar that are curved almost the same way. So it keeps like the whole racy shark nose look. You know what I mean?
Plus, we made it to work with the fairing, the lower fairing spoiler.
Yeah.
So you just bolts right up to like, the fairing spoiler that's on your bike.
Yeah.
You just mount it right up. You same brackets that you had and rocking, you'd be ready to roll.
CVO bros.
See, even whenever I got the fairing, the lower fairings, because that was the first thing I bought. So I bought the bike in 2019 in September, and the fairings weren't released yet. So I just ordered them, and then they came like the beginning of October. But they're like, oh, you got to run the crash bar for this to work. I was like, nah, I think it works without it.
Nah.
So I've never bought the crash bar that they say you got to run with it, you know, and 27,000 miles, no issues. You know what I mean?
So you're at least running the fairing support though, right?
No.
No, really?
No,
like
dude.
the bar, like, really? Holy shit, crazy.
The new road glides, man, those fairings are so stout in there. I've like I said, I mean, I'm not putting big speakers in that shit. I don't do any of that stuff inside the fairing. So I ran my last road glide for 7,500 miles with no crash bar, no brackets on the bottom side, nothing ever cracked, nothing ever fucked up. I've ran this one for 30,000 miles now and had no issues. So
shit.
I'm not saying that I'm not trying to condone this for everybody, but I'm just saying like the new fairings are good. They're not like the 2013 and older fairings where there was a lot of open air space inside the fairing. So this new one, as you know, when you take the fairing off, you got these huge radio housings that are all bolted in multiple places to the actual center part, which all acts as much more structural integrity for the fairing itself. It doesn't shake or anything at all.
Well, that's going to be our disclaimer now on our website that says, Jay says you don't need to run the fairing bracket. And we'll put your number on there. All complaints go to you.
Yeah, the fairings
this number.
Yeah, right.
Partner.
They just, I mean, they kind of got the design right, man, and it works well. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like on my FXR fairing, I definitely wrote all the brackets because the way that fairing is designed, it's not an inner and outer section. It's just like one piece as a whole. And so in those older, you know, I was running on an Evo and those things shake. So you just wanted something that's going to like, you wanted every point of contact that you can to make sure that shit wasn't cracking up and falling off. So
that was fiberglass too, wasn't it?
No, I ran the original one, which is plastic. So yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm not a fan of all these fiberglass fairings, dude.
We just did one.
Yeah, we just got done with our WD one. It definitely took a small piece of my life with it, for sure.
I've painted an RWD one before, but I haven't ran one. And I haven't ran any of them personally, but I've got a lot of close friends that have. And I've seen nothing, you know, now that these fairings have gotten so popular, I'm seeing a lot of fairings now coming in with stress cracks all over the place to the point where it's like it's almost a garbage trash fairing. You know what I mean? Like to
That's
go,
what we're worried about,
yeah, to go back and fix all those stress cracks and those things in the fiberglass is almost impossible because fiberglass is never as strong as it is when it's first made. So once all that stuff's cracked up, you're just putting Band-Aids over it from there on out. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's kind of a scary thing for all these kids out here that's dropping $1,200-$1,300 on a fairing, and then, you know, depending on the painter, like I try to start around $1,000 to paint one of those fucking fairings because they're so complicated.
I paid too. It's about $1,000 to have it painted.
Yeah. It's a tough one, man.
Plus money to make it fit.
Oh man, it took I got 6 hours into just, you know, getting it to fit correctly without being stressed out on there, like you're saying. You know what I mean? And then you got, you know, obviously you built a big inch motor in there, so that thing's gonna be vibrating like crazy. So I'm just like, every time we turn it on or test it, I'm just waiting for the spot to freaking crack, man. It sucks.
So if you're running the fiberglass fairing, it would probably the more bracketry you had to kind of, you know, mount it to the bike. So if you had the eyebrow brackets at the top and the lower piece, and then of course the main bracket in the center, I feel like it'll help kind of absorb all that vibration and shit. But, you know, still over time, man, it's running that shit's, you know, just the weight coming down, hitting bumps, you know. If you're doing wheelies, that's even worse on the down. So
yeah.
So what'd you put that fairing on? Did y'all do it on a touring bike or like something, or what? The RWD.
Yeah, we did it on. This is a 12.
This is a 12 street glide.
Yeah,
Nice.
12 street glide.
What'd you do with all the electronics? You fucking hide all that shit in there?
I got it pretty well hidden, dude. It's pretty good. I spent a while doing it, and I got to go back and glue a bracket up, but
yeah,
it looks pretty good when it's done. I'm gonna post it up just because I'm impressed with how much I hid. I mean, there's a fucking ball of shit up in there.
Yeah.
If anybody knows what those look like.
That's crazy.
And
man.
I didn't cut or drill or anything or deviate from how it came. You know what I mean? I didn't drill any holes, because I've seen a lot of guys drilling holes on inside panel to hang from. I didn't do any of that, so
That's good.
looks clean, but we'll see.
Yeah, I've painted a RWD, but I haven't mounted one yet. They come wide enough for bagger front ends and everything, right?
Yep.
What? Yeah, they do. You got to cut. I mean,
Yeah, you got to cut.
That's what I said. I got hours into it. Like I sat there and shaved the bottom sides just to clear, because he kept his cowbells on. So like when you would turn, those would like cut into it. So you have to cut that, and I didn't want to shave a bunch and take away from the the cool look of the bottom of the fairing either. So it's a pretty tight fit, but it looks good. I like it so far. We'll see how long it holds up.
Dude, I'm literally my buddy, the bike that I'm painting right now that I'm pretty much worn out from is he's running Sean's fairing from TOL, which Sean makes his wider on the inside to fit the wider front ends and stuff like that. But the thing for me painting wise, and I've talked with my buddy that I'm painting the bike for a lot about it. I'm like, man, it's the shape of the fairing and then the shape of like the newer saddlebags and shit. They're kind of not the same, even though the bikes look good together. Trying to put graphics on these two things has been a challenge for me in my OCD with like the lines and making sure that everything looks like it flows together. It's like if you just painted a solid color, it's like fucking awesome, or you put flames on it or something. But trying to do like my style graphics on this bike with that fairing, because this is actually the first bagger I've painted with graphics on it with the RT fairing and an actual newer modern bagger body. So it's been a fucking bitch, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we got lucky. We didn't have to deal with that, and the guy who did paint it's just one solid color. But yeah, it fought us the whole way. Still here right now. It ain't gone yet.
It's sitting on the dyno.
Yeah, it ain't gone yet.
So y'all have a dyno and everything there too, or all that mess?
Yep. Flow bench, everything.
How do y'all have all the time to do that and do fiberglass work?
Well, there's no fiberglass work no more.
We don't do that in-house anymore.
Oh, you're talking about the RT fairing.
Yeah, just all the fitting and stuff, man.
Oh man, I tell you,
we don't have. That's the problem. We have all these ideas for parts, and we don't have time.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like the deal with the bro bars. Like, I figured out how to make it, and then I started meeting all these cool dudes like CNC benders and laser guys and cool dudes to sub our shit out to, to make it, economically and in a good time and keep it all in the U.S. and stuff. And the problem is, our first couple orders we still had to make in-house by hand. So it was like, we're back here trying to grind metal, and he's over there trying to, build some motors, and it's like you got to almost like time it out. Like,
yeah.
I can't be grinding. He's putting together a freaking 124, Recipe for disaster right there.
Have y'all found like a combination that you're really that you kind of condone with the motors and the MH yet, like a big bore kind of combination that brings out pretty decent power that you know of? I haven't looked at all your dyno sheets yet. I know you got a lot of them posted on your Instagram, with stuff, but at the end of this year, man, like I'm going to have about 40,000 miles on my 19. So I'm going to need to, just for the confidence of going into next year for doing riding, like I was either going to do one of two things, and you guys tell me if this is stupid or not. Price-wise, I was thinking about just buying the 131 crate motor that Harley came out with. I know it doesn't put out the power that most people are going to get out of everything else, but just hoping that it has, like, it's just another motor, like a completely new thing rather than, sending it out here, getting this done, getting that done, not, you know what I mean? Like that kind of quick transaction kind of situation. Or sending out, have the bottom end done. I don't know which big bore kit to put on the bike that is going to give me the reliability that I need to ride across country, but makes sense for doing a crank up build. That, as a guy, like I don't want to do a crank up build and go back to a 114. I'm like, the fuck out of here with that shit, I
see the idea behind the 131 crate motor as far as like a quick swap, and probably, I guess we haven't really dabbled with them much, but, reliability, it should be right there as a 40,000 mile, I'm sure.
I doubt it. I bet it's like the 120R.
That's what I was wondering, because
like 10,000 miles.
Everybody had problems with the 120R when they were putting miles on those things, or just the cooling issues with them and stuff like that. So
lifter problems, all that shit. You still got to remember that Harley bottom end's in there. So, I mean, like mine, when I built my 19, it was 1,000 the paint shaft run out.
Yeah.
1 year of 7,000 miles, it was 10. I mean, that thing was bent.
Damn.
So it's like, I'm just not a believer in running anything Harley Davidson. I mean, beside, like for performance wise, you know, like the shit's not tried and true. Their tolerances are too broad and all that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like a firm believer in not using like a kit. Like, find somebody you trust that can do the machine work, get the tolerances, get the stem protrusion right, all that bullshit. Because like my motor, I'm getting the shit beat out of it last year. You know, my rocker shafts are mint.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Like, so on all the like stock Harley rocker shafts, mine included, I just bought a Crash 17 this year with 13,000 on it. Like every one we take apart, you know, even 6,000 miles, the rocker shafts are already like rubbed through with the brass in there. And he took apart with like 0 miles on it and did all the crazy mods to it and has been piss pounding it for whatever, 2 years or a year and a half. And his rocker shafts are flawless still. So it's like, you know, there's things stock from the motor company that are terrible, you know what I mean, that most people don't talk about or care about or whatever. But if you're looking for longevity, you know, you'd probably be better off going with a custom built motor. It's just going to take a little bit more time, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't have to build it crazy, you know. You don't need the biggest cam to make power out of the M8s. You don't need super high compression to make power out of the M8s.
Yeah.
So for you, the kind of riding you do, like we only got like 3 months a year to ride.
Yeah.
So we're limited here. Where, you know, it seems like you travel all over. So you could build yourself a 145 horse motor, no problem, and have all the longevity in the world, you know?
Right.
Yeah. That's a crazy number. 145 horse.
He was running around 103s I built with 125 horse. I got 50,000 miles out.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and that's a little twin cam 103 motor. So it's, if the shit's built right with good parts, it'll last.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I was thinking about. Yeah, I guess, you know, for the common dude in this world that doesn't understand like using a flow bench to port heads and machining all your own shit and stuff like that. Like, we look at the things in the simplistic terms of, okay, if I buy this kit and pay this shop to put it on, it gets there. Have you guys like created like I was kind of trying to ask was, have you guys created formulas that work really well that you see good numbers and reliability in just in your own hand building these motors, you know?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it always takes us, you know, the aftermarket or the small shops a little while to get the M8 stuff in. So, like, I didn't buy a 17 M8 because I just built a wicked twin cam motor in my 16-year-old glide, so I didn't want to jump onto a 17-year-old glide.
Yeah.
But I bought an 18 and started working on that and did some shit and some testing on the dyno, figured out pipes. You know, just the simple stuff first, because that's going to be the shit I see right away, you know, air cleaners and pipes and cams. Did that and then built a motor off that, tried some different cams, found out what I liked, what I wanted. Because I like making a lot of power up high for the way I ride, you know, like. But I like keeping it pretty equal, making torque down low and power up high. You know, I don't want something that falls on its face at 5,000 RPMs. So. Yeah, we got some shit that's working pretty good.
Yeah, we like, you know, without giving all our secret sauce out there, I guess. You know, generally, if a dude comes to us and he's like, "Hey, what's your build looking like for a 124 or what's your 128? You know, what should I do, and what are we gonna recommend every time?" I mean, generally, we're using like a RSD turbine air cleaner, 64 mil throttle body, some 6.2 or 7.1 injectors, usually S&S cylinders, CP pistons, and then God, it's crazy. I tried buying the new Bassani short Road Rage 3 against his advice. He's like, "Don't do it, man."
Yeah, I mean, I know it's not going to make the same power as the other Bassani because of the shorter headers and the collector's a lot further like closer to the motor. But it's sick looking.
I love how that looks. Oh my God, I was like obsessed with it, and he's like, "Fuck that, you're gonna hate it." So we get it here, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, it looks amazing." He puts it on the dyno. He's like, "Nope, take it off." Like 4 or 5 pulls. He's like, "Get this thing out of here." And I'm like, "Really?" And he's like, "Dude, you're down like 15 horse." I'm like, "What?"
Damn.
Dude, the M8s are so. The exhaust matters so much on an M8.
Yeah.
Especially when you can get the exhaust side to flow on the heads. You need the exhaust to support that.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be like everyone else around here. We all got the same fucking pipe.
Because, like I've been running that Bassani for a few years, and all of a sudden everybody rolls through here. I want that pipe. I want that pipe. I want that pipe.
Oh, God damn, dude. But it's true. It's if you're after the horsepower, you got to sacrifice looks sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Not that you want to look cool, but
yeah, I've been running that TBR pipe, which definitely doesn't make any power. I've heard nothing. I've heard nothing but bad things about it as far as the power that you don't gain. But I will give them, to give them some credit. I've put 27,000 miles on this stainless steel pipe. It has not broken. The collector hasn't fallen off. There's a lot of things that over longevity and at the price the pipe is, you can't really bitch about it. But yeah, it's so I got the 468 zippers cam in mine, and I didn't do a cam plate because I didn't, I just assumed the run out was not good enough for it. Right. So, but the cam alone just woke the motor up, and it's actually still a joy to ride. But I know that I'm missing out somewhere in that power band or that torque curve that would be the full potential of what that thing's worth. But my buddy's making some swing arms now that are pretty fucking sick. And I got one coming for my bike, and I got one here going on the bike that we're painting right now. And if you put it on the one that we're painting, he's running the Bassani that pretty much stops at the axle nut, so it covers up the whole swing arm. You don't even see it. So
that's what he's got too. Yeah.
That's what you're running too now.
Yeah, I got the same thing, but I don't have the nice swing arm that I'm covering. I'm covering the stock shitster one, so I don't care. The crazy thing though, Bassani has, as much as we use their pipes and love them, last year his bracket broke. But now that you're talking about, miles and brackets not breaking or whatever, his bracket broke, so they warrantied it. They sent it out with a new, different welded bracket on it, right? So this was like last fall. We got it here, he put it on, and then I just ordered my new one a couple months ago, and it came with no bracket. Now they've completely eliminated it, and all that holds it is that trans bracket with the 2 bolts and the head bolts, and that's it. There's no more little tab that comes out and bolts off in the middle.
See, I get it like the twin cams. The twin cams don't have that tab that bolts on the...
Yeah, it's kind of trippy. So we're trying to see who's going to last now. You know what I mean? Yeah. See if mine breaks or his breaks, I guess.
But, yeah, that's where it gets kind of tricky, man, because I've had custom exhaust built. On my FXR, I had a guy that did a custom one, and not to say anything bad about the dude, but there wasn't a trip I took that something didn't break on that exhaust, whether it was in the head collector, like right out of the heads, the little thing the things they weld up to, butt up against the exhaust ports, or the bracket or the actual merge collector broke once. Like it was just constantly, like, every time. I remember in Sturgis, like it was, I think it was the collector where the 2 head pipes come together into the muffler pipe. Something happened where I pretty much had to exhaust wrap it all together just to try to keep some of the exhaust to flow through it instead of coming out, and ride it home from Sturgis, man. It was a mess, man. And you know what? The thing about it is like when a lot of guys, especially, you got to understand, like a lot of the guys getting into this dynaculture, or what it was, the dynaculture, and now the soft tail and now the bagger culture, they want this handmade look pipe, or they want these parts that look cool as shit, but they don't all work, man. Like sometimes handmade shit is kind of like one of those deals up in the air. Like you're hoping it's not a fucking Friday night and his boys are in the shop drinking beers already while he's welding up your pipe. You know what I mean? And that happens though, and you get that pipe and your fucking shit breaks, 500 miles from home, and nobody has a TIG welder in Paducah, Kentucky. You know what
I mean? And you're fucked.
Yeah.
Let me get that dude's number so I can get a pipe made.
Nah, dude. You know what sucks is, like, getting getting into this space, like doing these podcasts or just being just being somewhere where people reach out to me to ask me my opinions about things. It's like I don't want to say anything bad. And most people say, well, hey, just if you have a problem with something, go talk to the guy that did it. Dudes are bitches these days, man. Like, if someone built me something, I would be like, hey, man, I would come at this dude. I came at him. I was like, hey, man, I'm not trying to be a dick. I know this kind of shit happens, but, instead of like him solving the problem, he's immediately trying to blame me for something. Like, dude, I just ride bikes, bro. Your pipe broke because I rode a bike. You know what I mean? Like, don't get defensive. Just let's fix the problem. And I was trying to tell him, I was like, dude, I'm the first dude that you've built a pipe for that's put major miles on the bike. Like, so these are problems that are coming up on mine. So these hundreds of other pipes you've been selling on eBay to everybody, maybe you should start taking some of my riding this bike as like, testing and tuning your product to make it better for everybody else, instead of getting mad at me because I'm exposing something or showing you that you're not some perfect welding god. You know what I mean?
Right. You were the R&D guy for him.
Yeah. That's one thing that I've noticed a lot of people didn't really do too much of in the big wheel days, is they didn't R&D parts. And then some of those dudes came on into the performance world without still R&D in parts. They would just have some shit CNC'd or made, and they throw it out there for sale. And these dudes would rip it around town, but they would never get out and put any miles on these things. And that's kind of like a lot of people in the performance scene like putting miles on shit. All my boys in this scene, they rode to Sturgis last year with us, except for I think Daniel from Proper Baggers was in his I think he trailered across the border and then rode in, but but at the same time, I mean, he smashed some miles out there. So these products got to work, and they got to stand up. And if they don't, man, just be a dude that stands up for them and say like, yo, let me get it taken care of, like the brackets from fucking Bassani,
Right. Yeah, and they took care of us super proper on that, you know what I mean? But yeah, definitely, you got to be willing to be there if your shit's going to break.
That's the biggest thing that I see in the Harley world is just, like you said, dudes not R&D and shit, and then it's never their fault when there's a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just like, I don't know, we run into shit, it's just like, well, we got to take care of it,
Yeah.
A lot of it, like you just said, though, is how the people handle it. You know what I mean? Like, you could have a fucking massive problem with the part, and if I call a dude and he's super chill and they take care of it right away, fuck, I'm still gonna continue to buy your product just because I know there's someone solid backing it. You know what I mean? And that's how we try to be with people too. Obviously, if there's anything wrong.
Yeah, it's.
Sure.
I've been having this problem, and I don't even know if I should bring it up on here, but so. Like I said, I've been running mid controls on my bagger for about 17,000 miles now, and I'm not even gonna say that I've been doing it the longest, but I'm having a lot of shifting issues now with my stuff.
Really?
where the shifter, like, it's not like once you shift it in the gear, it's not popping back to a neutral position to shift to the next gear up or down, like it's sticking. And it's and obviously the first thing you would think is, okay, well, in the linkage system somewhere it's binding up, but it's actually I've already replaced everything in that part, and I wonder if it's something in the transmission. And I'm also wondering if, because of the throw, is causing the shaft to get like switch the gears at a different angle in a weird, and it's kind of grooving out something in the transmission. So I'm actually kind of worried. I'm about to ride to Tennessee in a couple weeks, and I need to fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
You just pull the top cover off your tranny, and there's a spring in there that is connected to the shaft that connects to your shift linkage, and you can make sure that that's not broken.
Okay. So it might not be pushing it back. That's probably what it is. Something simple like that.
That always brings it up. So
I don't think it's crazy hard to replace on the new ones either.
No.
You could probably do it pretty easily.
Yeah, super easy on the new bikes.
Probably have to pull the primary though off. You think to get?
Yeah, you will.
That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I need to do a clutch on it anyway. So, not that I burned it out, dude. I'm one of those dudes. Like, when I would do stuff to my bike, I would just replace things that I know in the next 1,000 miles or so should be going bad. Like, I'm about to do. I just had a rectifier go out, so I bought a new stator. I got a rectifier on there, but I already bought another stator to put in there. So I got to pull the primary shit off anyway to go through all that stuff. So, but to me, it's easier just to, while you're in there, fucking buy everything that's replaceable. You know what I mean? And just fucking get new shit in there. Like,
Yeah. That's what I try to get you to do. You don't fucking listen to me.
Yeah, I'm a cheap ass when it comes to my bikes. I'll tell you that much.
I don't like.
Truth be said, I mean, I just came off of freaking shovel heads and Evos. Not even last year. I rode his brother's 120, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. We rode out to the drag show in Madison, and I was like, God, I need to get a bike. And he's like, well, we're selling the shovel, and you're buying the fucking, crashed road glider or whatever I could afford, basically. So I bought a crash 2017 107, and then the bill really started. Obviously, I was like, oh, this will be cheap, dude. It's crashed. It's cheaper, and this will be easy to rebuild. Oh, God.
Oh, man, I was like, this ain't the shovelhead shit. It's not $100.
It's thousands.
Yeah. Dude,
I should have replaced some shit that I didn't, and now I'm kind of regretting it a little bit, too, so.
Yeah, dude, it's I'm one of those dudes that, like, personally, where, like, I don't like car payments or truck payments, and I'll pretty much buy a cash car every day, and I'll finance a $40,000 bike any day of the week. You know what I mean? Like, I just, too much of my life is wrapped up into motorcycles to where it's like, I just, I use a car literally only when I can't ride, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want to fucking get some truck that's so nice and, pretty much does my heartbeat for me and whatever the fuck trucks do nowadays. Like, I don't need all that shit. I'm never going to want to ride anymore if I'm fucking riding on cloud nine of a vehicle that has, like an air hole, like an asshole cooler and shit like that in the seats and stuff.
Yeah, fucking shiatsu massage.
Yeah. Fucking crazy, man. Right. I got like my wife, she just got a newer to us Jeep, and it's got some pretty crazy technology in that shit, and I'm like, that's cool, man. The fuck is that?
Right.
Oh, shit.
Do we lose them?
I don't know.
Can I hear you?
Loud. Yeah.
We lost you.
It's all good. So what do y'all have? What are y'all trying to build anything for Sturgis or get anything to go to Sturgis, or what's y'all's plans at the shop?
We're not even going to be making it this year.
No.
We got some shit going on that we're not going to make it for the first time in me.
Well, shit, I ain't been there in years.
Yeah, but me in like 13 years or something like that.
Yeah.
We're, nobody really knows, but we might as well say it now, but we're moving locations. So.
Okay. That's a good reason not to go.
Yeah.
Dude, it's going to be nuts for a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be sick, though. It's going to be a good thing. It's going to be awesome. Bigger, better, everything. So, like you just moved not that long ago, right? Or just
no,
your shit?
I didn't move. I just I did a whole bunch of remodeling, and that honestly is partly why I'm so backed up with work. And
right.
I wish that dude, you don't know how bad I want to tell all my customers it's because of COVID-19 that I'm backed up. But I've been working every fucking day. Like, I'm busting my ass trying to get caught up. But no, I spent like a month and a half remodeling the shop. And I didn't get shit done, and that put me like a month behind, and I've pretty much been a month behind on everything since then, But yeah, dude, that I couldn't imagine doing that in the summertime though. Fuck. But I guess you can't really do it in the winter.
Well,
we wish we could do it in about November, December. But.
Yeah, our hand kind of got forced a little bit, but in middle to end July, we'll probably be shutting her down for a few weeks, which it's hit or miss. You can have a crazy Sturgis rush, or it could be, crickets and everyone's out at Sturgis. So
yeah.
But for us, we're gonna be busting our asses.
Have y'all really felt much of a difference once all this shit happened with the virus stuff? Have y'all felt like you lost out of work or anything like that, or felt like something go down?
Well, the only thing that I told him right when it happened, I go, the only thing that's going to hurt us is all the manufacturers in California getting shut down, China.
Parts,
we're going to get screwed on getting parts.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening now.
That just finally caught up. So actually, the first week, the phone was gone. And I'm looking at him oh shit, is this how it's going to be?
Yeah, he was all freaked out.
I was like, this could get crazy. And then after that, it was just insane, too much. And then now we're to that point where we're our projects are at a standstill because we're waiting for, a rocker arm or some part that you just can't get right now. It's stupid.
But you also have to remember when the COVID shit hit up here, it was still fucking wintertime, basically.
Yeah, right.
You know, like here, shit, when we get snow last? April something this year?
Yeah.
We got like Easter. We got like a foot of snow on Easter this year.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
it's different. But yeah, we kind of got lucky with that, I think.
Oh, man, that snow on Easter saved our ass.
We're like, all right, that just bought us another week, man.
Yeah.
No one's going to call yet.
There's nothing worse than
But,
I think a lot of bike shop owners can agree. There's almost nothing worse than waking up on a Saturday or Sunday and it's a perfect day. You know everybody's going to call you. Hey, man, I know you said 2 months. Do you think it's ready now? Like, dude, you just dropped it off, motherfucker.
Shit, we're down here this morning working Memorial Day. You know, we're not open. We're working, though. Our phone's just ringing, just off the fucking hook. And we're just looking at each other like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, do we not deserve a day off?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's crazy, though. Like, one thing I did notice, like, the biker culture, if you want to call it, like, their opinions are almost all the same as far as the COVID things go. You know what I mean? Like, nobody came into our store with a mask or anything like that. And when they came in, you know, it'd be talked about for a few minutes, but everyone was acting like it was nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When our whole state was shut down and everything like that, like, the biker community doesn't seem, you know, to care, which is good for us, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how that's for sure how like I feel, and a lot of people, you know, that I know feel. But it's kind of a weird thing, man, because I feel like I saw a lot of people from the more West Coast kind of taking a different stance where they're kind of, you know, trying to tell people not to do this, that, and the other. And it's just really hard to, you know, and I've tried to talk about this a couple of times, but without, you know, pissing either side of the fence off. But it's like, dude, the craziest thing in my lifetime is to sit there and say and witness and live through and pretty much did nothing about it other than like go ride my bike, where we weren't allowed to do anything. We're not allowed to go outside. We're not allowed to go eat. We're not allowed to go shop unless it's at a major fucking place. You know what I mean? Like
nobody's looking at that bigger picture, dude.
Yeah, and it's
That's
like,
what's
you know, it was pretty, and the crazier, more fucking scarier thing about it is it you have there's no like for sure place to get any true answers to anything. You know what I mean?
No.
None. And it's like it's scary because you don't know what to believe. It's like in one hand you want to sit here and say, like, I think CDC like a couple days ago came out and said that it's not transferable through surfaces. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what the fuck?
You mean to tell me everybody's been wearing gloves and masks, but now that they've found out now that it's not transferable through like laying on a surface or something, which we've all been, you know, which it doesn't bother me that they fucked up. It just bothers me that they fucked up. You know?
Yeah.
It's like
exactly.
I'm fortunate, you know, that I'm still doing well. I did lose out on a couple jobs, but I don't think it was because of I think I lost out on like 2 jobs, and mainly because those 2 dudes lived in New York City, and their shit just got wild, you know. And and I understand that to justify not dropping the kind of money they were going to drop. But I mean, I'm looking at, you know, almost $9,000 in 2 Dynas not coming to the shop that I, you know, it's kind of a blessing because I'm so backed up and whatnot anyway. But at the same time, it's like that's still, you know, $9,000 that didn't come.
$9,000, right?
Yeah. And
yeah,
and I didn't get no COVID relief fund, so.
Oh, dude, we didn't get none either.
We didn't run into it like crazy, I don't think, but we definitely had, you know, that was definitely brought up a few times when bills were handed out here and there.
I don't even want to talk about
the old COVID, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, the weird thing is my fucking
weird time, dude.
It's weird because like you know, I didn't get a check, and you know, not that I'm kind of. It would be nice to have an extra $1,200 to go, you know, just kind of cover some shit, just maybe get out of a small little hole. But at the same time, it didn't happen, and I'm not hurting, so I'm not trying to be greedy or whatever. But the thing that sucks is when the fucking IRS is still calling, the comptroller is still calling, hey, wanting that sales tax and all this other shit. That's like, fuck, man, like, can we get a break, please?
Yeah.
you know?
You're like, yo, I have 1,200 with you already. You never gave it to me, so
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. We didn't get a break in it like I don't want to say the rest of society or whatever, but
yeah,
kind of is what it is, you know. Like, I'm fortunate that we're as busy as we are. And,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've got more jobs lined up, and I'm just like, dude, you don't even bring your bike down here. Just ride it until I call you.
Yeah.
Like,
straight up.
because I don't want your bike sitting here until we get parts, you know. Just ride the damn thing. Once we have everything here, we'll get all the machine work done. We can put it together in a couple of days and tune it, and you can have your bike back on. You know? Like, saving people the headaches, saving us phone calls. You know, it's like, I feel bad for guys because it's like all the time. Hey, how's those parts show up? No, not yet. You know, it's like I'm on repeat, you know, and it's like you feel like a jackass saying it. And it's like, do they think I'm just filling full of shit? Or, you know, some guys I think forget sometimes what's going on because they just want to ride their bike. And I get it because I want to ride mine too.
Yeah. Dude, it's tough navigating the waters of doing, you know, when you're trying to provide services to people's passions, and it's also your passion, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you guys like riding, that's why you're in this position to work on bikes. And you know as well as they do that you want their bike to be running. Like, you're not running a sham business where you're just taking their money and shit. And I guess that's the kind of weird thing, and I guess why I asked about how you guys were doing throughout this stuff, because I also feel like we're not gonna see it really hardcore in the motorcycle industry, but maybe in the next couple of months we'll start seeing traces of it, how it's going to affect us. You know, like you said, with getting, you know, manufactured parts, getting the metal from China to even make the shit here for the most part. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different factors in play, you know.
Yeah.
Hell, fortunately, Simpson Helmets hasn't ran out of helmets, but, you know, they can. That shit's coming from fucking, you know, somewhere over there in the water. Over there.
I get that Italian brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just giving shit, dude.
Dude,
They're probably
Olin's
going to be worse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, Owens is, fuck, we've been waiting for shocks for months.
Yeah, their HDO44s or whatever have been freaking, 4 months, 5 months. Like, before it, even.
Yeah.
And then we, like, kept on them, and they're like, yo, our boat is literally just sitting somewhere, parked, not coming to shore.
I've been slowly trying to get a bigger audience with those guys, because I feel like, you know, I've been running their suspension for the last year and a half, and it's fucking amazing, man. It's really, I've been reached out by a lot of other suspension companies too, and I don't necessarily want to say that they're not great suspension, but it's just hard to compare to how nice the Öhlins is for me, right? And they've done a horrible job marketing their products. You know what I mean?
Straight up. They don't. It's like they don't.
The Harley market is so minimal in those guys.
Well, what they've done is they've relied on the different powers to be in the performance bagger world to do all their marketing for them. And it's a pretty cheap and easy way to go about getting your products out there. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you got a lot of people out there that don't fuck with certain brands on some stuff that's taken place over years and years and years. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they're putting, you know, all their products in the hands of these other companies who, you know, like, they don't have the everybody in it. I'm pretty cool with all of them except for the Canadian, but they're all have it. They all have it. You know, they all have a backlash of people that motherfuck them up and down the street, and some of them are very rightfully so. Even though I don't have an issue with them, I've heard so many stories and seen so much shit from a lot of these different companies. I'm like, fuck, man, you know. But if Öhlins was just putting some stuff out there, if they were starting to use like some of the other more conventional means of marketing their products, like Legends has done an amazing job putting their products out there. You know what I mean? Right. It's almost like the go-to shock for everybody in the performance culture, unless they have done some research and they want to jump up to the more, more detailed type shit like the Öhlins. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird.
I got Legends. He's got Owens. So
Yeah.
Dude, I've been running Owens for like 4 years, so I'm not changing off that shit.
It's just funny. That's how it is.
Yeah, and it's like I don't want to talk shit because I think what Jesse and those dudes at Legends do is fucking phenomenal, man. It's just really hard to sit here and say that I would, like I couldn't take my Legends off. I mean, my fucking Olin's off for any other suspension right now. You know what I mean?
Dude, I'm with you. They're not coming off my stuff.
Yeah, so it's and then like with other people starting to kind of come out with their with products and stuff now, or even Legends. Like I said, I'm not trying to say anything bad, but now they have the reservoir system, but it still has no more adjustability to that shock than the Revo A did. You know what I mean? So you're paying extra money for the look, which I get, and kudos to that. But now you're in fucking Olin's territory, price wise,
Yep.
Oh shit! I'm cornered here.
I'm not even, dude. I've had conversations with the boys at Owens. I'm not even gonna get going on
that. Man. Yeah. Whatever. Like, there's a market for everyone. Like you said, I do think like if they would not take a page out of Legends' book, but just look at how they're marketing. Oh my God, they could just dominate. You know what I'm saying?
Owens a few years back was in the Tucker Rocky book or the Biker's Choice
still
book.
Are, but it's always by order or whatever. Only. And I feel like it's like one of those things. Like, I didn't even know they were in there until I met you, and I was like, holy shit, these are in Tucker. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, they just, I don't know. It's weird. But like he said, I feel like their marketing towards the Harley world isn't huge because that's not their cream of the crop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more the sport bike world and whatever else.
You know what's crazy? I rode sport bikes for half of my motorcycling life now, and I never met one person that bought Olin's. If it didn't come with Olin's, they didn't buy the shit. Now I know that Olin's makes suspension across the board from fucking every type of motorsports there is, right? So motorcycles in general is probably a small fraction of what Olin's company does. But I know that they were fucking fitting up, like the MotoGP bikes, the super bikes, all these other things. And you could buy certain bikes from factories that had these suspensions on it. But dude, I never met, I take that back. I think I've met one or two dudes my entire life riding sport bikes that they just went out and like upgraded the already badass inverted front end suspension with Olin's versions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I feel like the Harley world right now it's like they own the market and they didn't even try right now. You know what I mean? They didn't even have to try. So they already have this like market full. I mean, I say they own it. They're the top tier. They're the fucking cream of the crop when it,
Well, yeah, it's the best you're gonna get for sure, and I definitely agree.
I mean, that's been my selling point for years. It's like dudes want progressives on their bike, and I'm like, dude, really? No.
Yeah.
And they just sit there like, well, what do you mean? Progressives been in Harleys forever, and I'm like, I mean, I love Harleys, but they're so far behind technologically.
Yeah.
That it's like, bro, fucking Owens has been winning races for 50 years, dude. Their technology is superior to this stuff. I mean, just buy the shit, let me install it, go ride your bike, and I guarantee you'll come back and thank me.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, I have old dudes, 70-year-old dudes buying $1,400 Owens.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it, man. Like, you look at the other shocks, look at Legends now. Like the Revo A's were $900 or something like that. And then now the ones with the reservoirs are like 13 or 12 or $1,300 or some shit. You're $100 away from the best shit out there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I hate even saying it, man, because like I said, the Legends company is just, they're the shit. But at the same time, like, how do you not, if you are Legends or you are one of those companies, how do you not go, all right, let me just buy this Olin's real quick. Let me take it apart and let me see what I need to do to make my shit better, like every other company does with everything else in the world,
Seriously.
You think fucking Apple's not taking new Samsung phones and dissecting them and figuring out what's next or vice versa? Like, the fuck out of here. Just do it,
That's true. That is what they do.
I just don't, those Swiss boys got, I don't know, man. years and years of technology in that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to dial them for sure.
Yeah,
I got the new Revo Arcs or whatever they are on my bike, and I mean, I don't know. I feel like I haven't even got them dialed in right. They're a good solid ride. Like I was super familiar and sold a shitload of the Revo A's when they came out, just to a bunch of bagger dudes because it's super easy to put on a bike and let them go test ride it, and they're like, oh my god, the difference was amazing. And I don't know. I feel like with the new Revo Arcs or whatever they are, I guess I was expecting a little more, and I haven't really felt it yet.
Well, I would say this, and I've always had this stance when it comes to this stuff, is that the Legends is an upgrade from stock, 100%. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
It is. And you know what? I, as a rider, could probably not outride Legends suspension. I know I can't. I'm not that good around corners and doing all this type of shit.
Right.
But I also have a shop full of Snap-on tools and not Craftsman tools. I just buy the shit that's more expensive, and it's fucking, it works out well for me just about all the time, So
yeah.
It's like I said, I tell people all the time, and it'd be different. Like if the Revo A was like a $600 shock or $700 shock, and the 570s or from Olin's or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So if it's
the lower ones,
yeah, I'm not sure what it is, and that one's $1,400, and there's an obvious thing there. I'm like, all right, I don't know about that. Like I might, the price would be more of a factor in the situation, but we're talking about a $300 or $400 price difference between the top tier shit and essentially the next thing down. Then I'm definitely going with the top tier shit.
Yeah.
Have y'all ridden any like the new Fox stuff yet?
No, I
was talking to a lady out at Sturgis last year, and I'm like, you got 3 settings, and she goes, that's all the Harley guys need. Straight up. That's what she told me. I just laughed at her.
That was a Fox rep.
Yeah.
Jesus. I don't know. I haven't tested it, so I really can't say much about it. But I do know one thing with like the Harley world and bikes in general. If it's good, it's gonna blow up, or more people are gonna recommend it. And I haven't had one person tell me, hey, you gotta try these Foxes out. So
yeah,
I think the RWDs, that the shock that they came out with is pretty decent.
I've been seeing a lot of those too. Have you tried those out yet or no?
My buddy Mark at Texas Performance, he's been running down his Softail, and he swears by it. And honestly, when it comes to suspension, I trust his word pretty hardcore because he's a fucking phenomenal rider. You know what I mean? He can,
Right.
That dude could probably have another career just racing Harleys if that was a place to make money in turns. Yeah.
Right.
But, I mean, that and like, like there's still companies like, what's the other one? Race Tech makes really great shit. They just don't necessarily have a replacement part. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you could do your front end with Race Tech shit and it works out great, but they don't have a drop in. And I think that's kind of the way that, the Legends was really smart with making the Revo in drop ins. I think Progressive had the same thing with the drop ins, but the Progressive was like $300. I think it was fucking crazy cheap.
Yeah. Legend Axios are pretty nice. I mean, that's an easy install kit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, for DIYers, I guess, or whatever. But
so what it boils down to is I honestly think there's plenty of suspension options out there for people to upgrade their shit. But just once you get over $1,000, just fucking buy Olin's, dude.
Oh shit, that's funny. Fucking buy. You should be on their commercial.
Nah, yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird. Like when you try to get people that. Some people I can naturally talk about their products because I have a lot of experience with it, but those dudes never are the kind of people that want to do any kind of marketing. You know what I mean? Even though like those natural parts of those conversations is what makes up a lot of people's purchasing, decisions sometimes when they hear people talk about things they ride and love versus, the latter basically. So I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, you get screwed.
Whatever.
Dude, we got guys that come in here, you try selling them Legends, and they're like, what's Rob got on his? And he's just
I'm like fucking Olin's. I'm like, Rob, come up here and tell me your spiel on Olin's. Hey, but I will say this, that Legends has it down with their dealer program.
Yeah,
If Olin's did the same thing, dude, there'd be a battle royale between me and Rob for sure at the counter.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think that if Legends, their everything about Legends as a brand is on point with what we need as a Harley brand, a Harley thing. If we can just get the technology and the shock to kind of, if they just offered a complete comparable shock to the Olins, then I think that this conversation would be easier. I would much rather support Jesse and Legends than Olins, just because that's a company that's based around the Harley market. I mean, they have a shop. Yep. His place is right there in Sturgis. He throws a party for bikers, and then you look at Olins and they're in a 10 by 10 tent at a fucking dealership down the street, and those dudes don't even ride Harleys, Yeah,
they don't even care about the Harley.
Yeah. But that's the only thing I'm surprised they haven't taken from Jesse is the length on his Resi hose. They're kind of putting it in the 044s, but it's like they're constantly sold out of the 044s because it has a longer hose. It's like, dude, just make them with a longer hose. Don't even make the 357s anymore.
Yeah.
That's all anybody wants, you know what I mean?
Oh, 357s, that's what it is. I don't know what I was saying, 570s. My bad.
Yeah, the only difference is the length of the hose. It's crazy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's different.
But
well, it's kind of a weird thing, like going forward with everything, because you're looking at all these different types of bikes and these different types of from the big wheel shit and what we did with those versus with performance bikes. Like, we might have been talking about who's got the best center stand 6 years ago, and now we're sitting here talking about who's got the best shock that makes the riding experience better. You know what I mean? So,
that's awesome.
I've been saying this since day one. You guys included in this. It's good to see more people starting to embrace this part of our motorcycle culture now, because it's actually a scene. It's actually a trend, or whatever the word you want to use to describe it. And more so, because it's getting popular, you're getting more people with skills to make cool shit. And we're going to have a much more diverse looking bike, as opposed to 2 years ago where it was carbon fiber parts, black bikes, and carbon fiber wheels and Olins, and that was it. Nothing else. Like every bike was the same. Yeah. And now we're seeing things different. You know what I mean? So good times.
No, it's sweet. I like where it's going. Finally, it's starting to go into a direction that keeps me passionate about what I do, because I just couldn't stand the big. I like the way they looked, but at the same time, it's like, fuck, dude, they just handle like shit. Like you want to go blasting, it's like big wheels not gonna blast. I mean, I had buddies that rode big wheels. When I said screw it, I'm done building myself big wheels. Like I got off that train, and they still rode their shit, and I'd just be like, what are you gonna learn, dude? Like, come on, get up to speed with shit.
Yeah.
The market's changing. Like we all like to ride. We like to put on 300-400 miles a day,
Yeah.
When we can get up and ride. And they're getting their asses kicked, wanting to go home. Hurting. Yeah. Getting blasted. Parts are falling off their bikes and shit. So.
Well, I'm starting to get kind of, I think I am getting a little sick, so. But yeah, dude, it's weird, man. I feel pretty. Yeah, I feel pretty weak, man. It's I don't know. Like I'm really into photography. I've always been in photography, but I've been instead of like when I get off work and I have free time playing a video game, I've been going to take pictures and shit. And yesterday, I went and walked around downtown Dallas for a couple hours, which I kind of needed the exercise, but the weather was kind of shit. And now I feel like I'm catching a cold from that shit or some stuff like that. So, yeah. And I got a fucking busy ass week with all this bike and all this other shit going on. So, but yeah, dude. So like let's wrap this up. So let everybody know like where to find you. I mean, they're gonna hear it on the advertisement, but
I don't even know what our thing is. SBC_performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to keep saying the underscore.
What was that?
So I need to say the underscore because you could put it in SBC Performance and then it won't take you to the same page sometimes unless it's like you're one of the first ones. But
Yeah, and sometimes I think online too, you go to sickbaggercompany.com versus SBCperformance.com.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it takes you to some other shit, small block Chevy and stuff. But if you don't see a motorcycle, you're on the wrong site.
There you go. And you guys are up there in Savage, Minnesota?
Savage,
Yeah.
Minnesota, yep.
Oh, yeah.
And then stay tuned for our Instagram and stuff because we're definitely going to be dropping some hot new parts coming up here soon. That's
Yeah,
for
and
sure, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and check out some of the. I'm gonna go back myself and check out some of those dyno sheets that you guys posted up and stuff like that. Do you have the write up of like what the what you dynoed, like what kind of parts are on the bikes, things like that in those posts, or what?
No, we should probably get better at that, or
Yeah.
at least let some of our secrets out of the bag. But if you're getting a 124, you can expect 150s range. 128s are definitely in the 160s. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
we're hopefully going up from there.
Cool. All right,
Yep,
guys.
keep pushing.
I appreciate this
All right.
for real. So,
Thanks, dude. Hopefully you feel better, man.
Yeah.
oh yeah, thank you. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I want to thank the team over there at SBC Performance for getting on, sharing some insights of their business and their shit going on up there in Minnesota. Also, you guys check out our sponsors, Dream Rides John on Instagram at teamdreamrides.com, Paint Huffer Metal Flake on Instagram at painthuffer.com, and Fast Life 13 for 10% off at checkout. Thundermax EFI on Instagram and shoptmax.com. Lexan-Moto on Instagram. No, wait. Lexan Moto on Instagram and lexan-moto.com. Fast Life for 15% off at checkout. Sorry, guys, I kind of screwed up your ad twice in one podcast. Fuck. SBC_Performance on Instagram, SBCperformance.com. Fast Life for 10% off. Invisivin on Instagram, Invisivin.com, and Fast Life for 15% off your entire order if you check them out. Thank you, guys. We'll be back again. I think we're going to be doing a podcast tonight with Matt Laidlaw. So really interested to have this guy on and get that dealership perspective and just talk Harley Davidsons like we tend to do on this podcast. So you guys have a rad week, and we'll probably be releasing that podcast if it goes down Friday. If not, Monday morning, it's happening. You guys have a great week and weekend, and we'll see you back here soon. Peace.